And a pleasant good evening. As always, it's great to have you with us tonight. I'm Dwayne Lindo. First tonight, a woman is recovering after crashing her car into a home in Sarasota overnight. FHP says Joanne Kerr lost control of her car while trying to follow a curve in the road Friday night. She struck a mailbox and some landscaping outside a home on Tripar Drive. The car flipped and struck a mobile home on the same street.
It's awful to think that she had to go that fast to do that much damage.
No one was in either home at the time of the crash. Kerr was taken to Sarasota Memorial Hospital with serious injuries. A woman struck by lightning in Sarasota's Martin Luther King Jr. Park on Friday comes to a shock to those who knew her, especially considering that she may have been undercover when it happened. ABC 7's Adam Cellini joins us with more on the incident and a warning from weather experts. Adam?
Yeah, Dwayne, we're told the 51-year-old victim was Fontilla Spann, who would sleep under those pavilions at Martin Luther King Jr. Park from time to time. Today, Spann's clothes still lay singed on the ground where she was struck. Fire, according to the National Weather Service, often follows a positive lightning strike. That's a type that accounts for 5% of all strikes, but carries a stronger current, around 1 billion volts. Experts say outdoor cover such as trees or pavilions are still high risk in a storm and say even bathrooms or cars are a much safer alternative. Friends and family at the park today described their shock after hearing what happened to the woman known to many as Tilla.
I freaked out. You know, she hung in the street out of all the lifestyle she lived. You just wouldn't have never thought that this is the way she would have left.
I had just seen her like 3 hours before then. So when my cousin came and told me that she passed away, I was like,
We was devastated. You couldn't believe that.
I told her you was
away.
lying. I just seen my auntie. You lying.
Spann's death is the 7th lightning fatality in Florida this year and the 31st nationwide. Dwayne?
Adam, thank you. Now, pets can be a handful in weather evacuations, and as a system continues in the path of Florida, pet owners are reminded to be prepared. A list of pet-friendly shelters are available online for both Sarasota and Manatee counties. These shelters will often require vaccination paperwork upon entry. Other requirements include food, ID, such as colors, tags, litter boxes, and for cats, and a hard carrying case for your animal. Sarasota County shelters only accept dogs and cats. Manatee County and a few other animals like birds, both counties recommend setting up alternatives first.
Focus on your provisions. We ask you to be prepared for 7 days. And if you don't have to use a shelter and you can create other arrangements, we encourage you to do so.
Shelters are last resort. So if they can evacuate to a friend's house, then even if they have pocket pets, such as hamsters and other things that kids like, they can make arrangements with those friends to evacuate those pets.
And in an emergency, it is also recommended to carry a photo of you and your pet if they aren't microchipped, just in case you're separated. Now let's go on to Wendy Ross for our first weather. Wendy?
Hello, Dwayne, and we are looking at a couple of showers that came through earlier this afternoon, and they were pretty heavy as they came on in. We have seen rainfall amounts as much as 5 inches in some locations, so we've been seeing some pretty heavy-duty rains coming on through the area. Lots of lightning strikes out there as well. The safest place to be is indoors. You need to find a place inside when you see these thunderstorms coming on through. And right now we're left with partly cloudy skies for a large part of our viewing area, and then some lighter rains taking place right now across Manatee County. And for the most part tonight, we're going to see a couple more of these rain bands coming on through. We have plenty of moisture that's developing across our state. And of course, part of the reason for that is this system that just continues to spin out there. And you can see it's going to be moving across the Florida Straits over the next little bit. This system, though, is so very disorganized, but it's definitely something we're going to continue to watch because it is going to have an impact on our forecast as far as the rainfalls that we're going to be seeing over the next couple of days. 79 degrees for us right now. Our winds are coming in out of the north-northwest, and temperatures have been rain-cooled as a result of these showers that have been moving on through. We're seeing 70s and 80s on the maps right now. Dwayne will let you know what we're going to be expecting for the rest of tonight and into the next couple of days. That's coming up in just a few minutes.
Wendy, thank you. Now, the violent crime in Chicago hitting home for a basketball star. Dwayne Wade mourning his cousin after she was gunned down while walking down the street, pushing her baby in a stroller. ABC's Alex Perez has more.
Enough is enough. Dwayne Wade taking his message to Twitter one day after a stray bullet hit and killed his cousin in Chicago. The NBA superstar tweeting, "Another act of senseless gun violence. 4 kids lost their mom for no reason. The city of Chicago is hurting. We need more help and more hands on deck."
We got a female blast shot to the head.
32-year-old Nakia Aldridge was caught in the crossfire as she pushed her baby in a stroller on the city's south side Friday afternoon. An innocent victim killed in a violent crime epidemic.
We got a crime scene at 6350. We got shell casings.
The murder rate in Chicago is up a staggering 48% this year. On Thursday, just one day before Aldridge's death, Wade, a 3-time NBA champion recently traded to the Chicago Bulls, joined fellow players at an ESPN town hall to talk about the growing violence.
It's about a whole coming together and understanding that, it's deep-rooted. And this is something that didn't start today. This is something that's not going to end tomorrow.
Just hours later, Wade's mother tearfully talking about her niece holding Nakia's crying mom.
I believe it's senseless. Going to register kids in school and bullets that fly around that have no name decided to find its way to her head.
Police say detectives are working aggressively and questioning possible suspects, while the community hopes for change and swift action. Alex Perez, ABC News, Chicago.
Now, the Florida State University student accused of killing a couple and biting the victim's face is now awake and responsive. This is the first time since the incident Austin Harrouf has opened his eyes and can share his side of the story. Investigators say Harrouf randomly beat and stabbed John and Michelle Stevens to death earlier this month. The Martin County Sheriff's Office is awaiting tests done by the FBI on whether drugs are involved in the homicide.
They will begin the process of determining exactly what, if any, substance would have been in our suspect's blood. At the point he decides he may want to leave, he will, but he'll be leaving with us to the Martin County Jail.
And although Harrouf is awake, he still remains in critical condition. A new poll shows a close race for president in the key swing state of Florida. Conducted by Mason-Dixon Polling and Research, the survey of likely voters show Hillary Clinton with a 44 to 42% lead over Donald Trump. But that's within the margin of error. Libertarian candidate Gary Johnson is polling at 6%, while the Green Party's Jill Stein has 2%. Donald Trump taking new criticism today after a tweet that many say is trying to capitalize on tragedy. ABC's Devin Dwyer is in Washington with more.
Donald Trump back on the road in the crucial political battleground, Iowa.
African Americans, Hispanics, vote for Donald Trump. I will fix it.
The nominee repeating his controversial new appeal to minority voters, specifically African Americans.
What do you have to lose?
But he's also taking heat over a tweet sent this morning about NBA star Dwayne Wade, whose cousin was killed by a stray bullet on Friday, saying, quote, Dwayne Wade's cousin was just shot and killed walking her baby in Chicago. Just what I have been saying. African Americans will vote Trump. Critics quickly jumped, accusing Trump of racism and using a real-life tragedy for political gain. That didn't stop the nominee from doubling down during his speech in Iowa.
More than 6,000 African Americans are the victims of murder every single year. Just yesterday, the cousin of NBA star Dwayne Wade, a great guy, Dwayne Wade, was the victim of a tragic shooting.
Meanwhile, rival Hillary Clinton spent Saturday morning at her first national security intelligence briefing. Her motorcade arriving at the FBI field office in White Plains, New York, the Democratic nominee attending alone for more than 2 hours. Her running mate Tim Kaine on the trail, keeping up the heat against Trump.
You just look at this whole pattern of activity on Donald Trump's side, and it's not the community of respect he's pitching. It's the division and blame game.
Election Day now 72 days away. Devin Dwyer, ABC News, Washington.
Today marks the final day of early voting, and it looks like 2016 may be a record year at the polls. As of Saturday morning, more than 8,000 people have come out to cast their ballot in Sarasota County since early voting began last weekend. 2,000 more than last year. That's just shy of 15% of registered voters in the county. That number is expected to grow after Election Day Monday. Sarasota County Supervisor of Elections Kathy Dent anticipates a 30% final voter turnout in these primaries.
Truly, candidates and issues are what bring out the voters, and we've got some pretty important races. We've got a contested school board race. We've got State Senate 23. There's a lot of interest in that, and I think the candidates are getting their bases out, and they're coming to vote.
Now, 2016's early turnout is above average. Above 6,000 voters came out for early voting during the last presidential election cycle in 2012. Now, still to come here on ABC 7, Sarasota County is ready for some jumps and rails. And we'll take you to the county's newest attraction for athletes coming up after the break.
Stand out in your new wild Lexus. Now is your golden opportunity to lease a new 2016 Lexus ES350 for only $329, or enjoy 0.9% APR, just $329, exclusively at Wild Lexus of Sarasota on Clark Road.
When you have credit card debt, the debt suckers, high rate and high pay, never leave you alone.
Debt is really sucking the life out of them. He's picking up the phone.
Oh, no, not Consolidated Credit.
With one call, they can lower their credit card rates.
And consolidate their bills into one low payment.
They'll pay off their debt in no time.
Call Consolidated Credit now.
Because debt sucks.
Call 800-201-0230. That's 800-201-0230. Call now.
Hi, I'm Dylan Radigan. The world is brimming with possibilities, and that keeps me busy. My latest invention may be able to feed and sustain communities around the world. My team and I are always on the go, meeting new people and seeing new places. I produce films that I really care about. It's an honor to speak to audiences around the world. When people come together, meaningful work gets done. How do I do all this? Well, that part's easy. HotelPlanner.com.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, we make sure you get the most for your money. More years, more miles, and when you're ready to sell, you'll get more money back. Come fall in love with the longest-lasting vehicle in its class, the Subaru Outback. Or lease a new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing right now during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
So you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. And all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. Independence U for an independent you.
1-800-350-9872.
Welcome back. Two of my favorite guests, Cash 3 and Play 4.
Surprise! We're Pick 3 and Pick 4 now.
Whoa!
But we still play exactly the same. We just got a fresh new look.
Speaking of surprises, I have one for you. Say hello to Pick 2 and Pick 5!
Introducing the complete Pick family of games.
We're family now.
The new Pick 2 and Pick 5 have joined Pick 3 and Pick 4 to give you more choices in your daily gameplay. The Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
Stand out in your new wild Lexus. Now is your golden opportunity to lease the bold new 2016 Lexus RX 350 for only $419, or enjoy 1.9% APR, just $419, exclusively at Wild Lexus of Sarasota on Clark Road.
Young bikers on the Sun Coast are celebrating the opening of a new BMX track.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
The new track replaces the original one that was built more than 40 years ago, and the cost to renovate it totaled up to $2.4 million. The new track offers advanced features for bikers, including starting hills, a start gate system, and an upgraded lighting and drainage. Residents had the chance to enjoy it for the first time this afternoon at the Sarasota County Youth Athletic Complex.
He likes to be outside and he likes to ride his bike every day. When we're here, he doesn't stop. He doesn't take a break. He's always out there racing.
We have
some of the ones who started on Striders that are racing regular BMX bikes now, and they're already in the expert class, already being the top riders in their class. This is a really great sport for children.
The youth complex is located off of 17th Street between Tuttle Avenue and Bee Ridge Road. Boaters are more knowledgeable of safety practices on the water thanks to public safety officials. A boating safety class hosted today at Mote Marine revolved around the importance of proper boating procedures. Some experts say many residents may be lacking safety skills. Officials say out of the approximate 1 million registered boats in the state of Florida, only 100,000 of their riders have taken a safety course, leaving 9 out of 10 people on the water without the essential safety skills they may need in an emergency. The class highlighted essential facts for those headed out to sea and anyone considering purchasing a boat.
The basic problem is that most people on the water don't know what they're doing. Everything is based on safety, teaching people what is safe and what isn't.
The group hosts similar classes during the last Saturday of every month. Now, Wendy, this is probably the most important time that you need to have boating safety skills with this weather going on.
Oh my goodness, you absolutely know it's true. And of course, we've been seeing lots of wet weather developing throughout the afternoon hours. We've had strong thunderstorms that came through, tremendous amounts of rainfall just in the past 24 hours. And we're going to start off, first of all, with our tropical system. And this is the one that we've been watching, of course, for the last couple of days. This has been a tropical wave that is now moving across and into the Florida Straits. And we're going to keep our eyes on it as it continues to make its way towards the west-northwest. What we're looking at right now is some actual good news that came from the National Hurricane Center at about 2 o'clock this afternoon. They've lowered the chances of development with this system down to a 40% chance over the next 5 days. So it's going to continue to make this move towards the west-northwest, and it will be, as you can see, the model showing it's going to be moving into the Gulf of Mexico. And once it moves into the Gulf, it could go anywhere from Louisiana all the way over to the state of Florida, so it's still a wait-and-see system. In the meantime, Gaston is going to get stronger over the next couple of days, but it's not going to be a problem for Florida, and it certainly is not going to be a problem for the U.S. mainland. So it's going to become a hurricane once again tomorrow, and it's going to increase in strength. But again, it stays out in the Atlantic. In the meantime, our spaghetti plots are showing that our system, the one we're concerned with, is the one that's moving across the the Florida Straits, and then it will be moving into the Gulf of Mexico, and we're going to see plenty of moisture developing as a result of it getting so close to us. So we're going to keep our rain chances high over the next couple of days. You can see there's only a 30% chance of development in the next 2 days and only a 40% chance in the next 5 days. But once it moves in, it has a wide swath of possibility, and we could see effects of it as far as plenty of rainfall developing along the west coast of Florida. In the meantime, we got plenty of rain that came on through this afternoon. You can see some of those heavier showers that moved on out. Right now, we're left with some moderate rains taking place along the coast, and we've got some lighter showers behind. So we still have some bands of rain before the night is over. They're going to be moving on through right now all the way from Palmetto all the way down through Siesta Key. We're starting to see these showers continuing to move off towards the west, but some of those are kind of heavy right now. So just be giving yourself a little bit of extra time as you're walking out the door. But notice all of the rain right now is along the west coast of Florida, so we're not going to see a whole lot of development for the rest of tonight. Things should be dying down by about 9 o'clock tonight. And in the meantime, our rainfall amounts have been impressive over the past 24-hour period. Look at this. 5 inches of rain over portions of southern Sarasota County, and we see 3.5 inches of rainfall around the western sections of Charlotte County, almost 4 inches here in Manatee County, and in between we've been getting anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of rainfall taking place from many locations with some lighter spotty rains in between. Lots and lots of moisture is going to be coming through over the next 24-hour period. So this is what we're going to be watching, and that means we're going to be seeing a good 60 to 70% chances of rain over the next couple of days. We're going to continue to watch the tropics all the way through Wednesday, and as you can see, we're looking at our temperatures that are going to stay in the low 90s with that 60 to 70% chance of rain through Wednesday, and then we're going to taper those rain chances off just in time for the beginning of next weekend. But right now, just keep that umbrella handy because you are going to need it. Dwayne?
Now, sports.
After two key wins against the Red Sox, the Rays lose to Houston in the bottom of the ninth last night. Rays closer Alex Colomé giving up back-to-back homers, giving the Astros the 5-4 win. Tonight, the Rays have a chance to avenge that loss with Blake Snell on the mound. Here's the good news for Rays fans. Opposing pitcher Dallas Keuchel is 0-4 with an ERA over 5 against the Rays all time. Game time is at 7:10 in Houston. And a decision for the Rays that was expected to happen was finally made. The Rays announced yesterday that they will release outfielder Desmond Jennings. Back in 2009, Jennings was ranked as one of the top prospects in the major leagues. This season, the 29-year-old is batting a measly .200 average with 7 home runs and 20 RBIs in only 200 at-bats, appearing in only 65 games this year due to a knee injury. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in their third preseason game last night hosting the Cleveland Browns. This guy, Jameis Winston, playing in the first half with his offense scoring either a touchdown or a field goal on all but 2 possessions. Winston threw for 259 with 2 touchdowns. Oh yeah, the phenom kicker the Bucs acquired in the second round of the NFL draft, Robert Aguayo. He went 6 for 6 with 3 field goals and 3 extra points, giving the Bucs a second preseason win, 30-13. And Mother Nature unleashed her fury of lightning and heavy rains last night across the Sun Coast, canceling a handful of high school football games. Week 1 matchups scheduled for today included Fort Myers Cypress Lake versus Northport. Cypress Lake beating the Bobcats 40-7. And the Port Charlotte Pirates will battle Lemon Bay tonight at 7 p.m. Just can't wait for next Friday for Friday Night Football. That's it for sports. More to come here on ABC7. Stay with us.
Download ABC7's free all-new news app at your app store today.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award, 888-747-5291.
This is important news for women diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Talcum powder may have caused your ovarian cancer. According to many studies, long-term use of talcum powder in products such as baby powder or shower-to-shower for feminine hygiene is linked directly to ovarian cancer. If you are an ovarian cancer victim or if a loved one died from ovarian cancer after using talcum powder, call the law offices of Davis & Crump at the number below right now to find out if you are eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Call now.
Temperatures on the Sun Coast are rising and the deals are hotter than ever during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. You'll feel cooler than ever when you drive away in a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999 or take home a stylish new Jeep Renegade for just $17,999. How about a new 2016 Jeep Patriot for just $14,999? Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Are the credit card bills closing in on you? Sick and tired of the constant struggle just to stay afloat? Shouldn't this be the year you get a fresh start? Well, now you can settle your debts with dignity and without bankruptcy, with zero upfront or monthly fees. Get the professional help at the Thomason Law Group and get a fresh start. It's easy to sign up. We do all the real work. Better than credit consolidation or credit counseling, the Thomason Law Group uses the power of legal professionals to settle your debts. You don't have to face this alone. We can help with an affordable monthly payment. Call now if you have over 15 grand in debt and settle your debts so you can have hundreds more each month. Don't put this off. Legal settlement can get you fast, easy debt resolution and let you get back to the important things in life.
Call the Thomason Law Group at 1-800-394-1667. That's 1-800-394-1667.
If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, I have an important message. You may be entitled to receive disability benefits through Social Security. You'll be matched up with an advocate who will evaluate your situation, handle your application, deal with Social Security for you, and handle all appeals and hearings. Best of all, there are no upfront fees, so you pay nothing until you receive your benefits. Call the Citizens Disability Helpline today for a free, no-obligation consultation.
A professional dancer and judge of a popular TV show is on the Suncoast this weekend. Emmy Award-winning choreographer Mia Michaels was a judge on So You Think You Can Dance until 2009. She is inspiring young dancers by hosting a master class today at the Sarasota Fairgrounds. It's a great opportunity for aspiring professionals to come out and learn from someone who's been in their shoes. Their ballet and jazz shoes, of course.
As a teacher, you don't get to move that much because you're teaching. So to be able to move in your body, especially from someone as influential as Mia Michaels, it's amazing.
When you come into a room with someone like Mia Michaels, it's very intimidating, but you leave with so much more knowledge and so much more motivation to actually do things.
Now, Michaels is a Florida native. She is currently working on writing a memoir with hopes to inspire dance professionals around the world. Now, more Patti LaBelle desserts are coming to Walmart. Yum. The singer's sweet potato pie was such a smash hit last year for Walmart. LaBelle's exclusive retailer has been churning them out nonstop. This, even though they were originally meant to be a seasonal item. Now, LaBelle's line is expanding to include new, costlier pies, berry cobbler, apple cobbler, and peach cobbler, apple pecan cake, and sweet potato loaf. Now, I tell you what, if it stops raining, I'll probably go out and get one.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. And it's close to the dinner hour for us anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So it's never a good idea to end on food.
Absolutely.
It's never a good idea. Well, just make sure that you keep that umbrella with you because we're going to continue to see a couple of rain showers over the next couple of hours.
And have a great...
Hi, I'm Dylan Radican. The world is brimming with possibilities. And that keeps me busy. My latest invention may be able to feed and sustain communities around the world. My team and I are always on the go, meeting new people and seeing new places. I produce films that I really care about. It's an honor to speak to audiences around the world. When people come together, meaningful work gets done. How do I do all this? Well, that part's easy. Hotelplanner.com.